All right, what's going on, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our morning note. This is G.A.R Capital YouTube channel. You have it locked in every day, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time during market days. We do this. We answer your questions. We talk the markets. Current subscriber count 3,945. We are so close. 55 more subscribers, and we will do a live trading session with me. So make sure to tap that button, bottom right button here. See if my stream is working here. Should be working. Bottom right hand corner. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. The little bell button. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss anything. Last week we had an impromptu Instagram live video that I posted talking about the stock split on Apple. And any kind of big news, I'll just put a video up to help you guys out. So good morning, good morning. All right, let's go ahead and talk futures, shall we? Dow futures up 152 points. Nasdaq futures up, leading the way, nearly 11,000, 103 points to the upside, nearly 1%. S&P futures up 21 handles, 32.85. Russell 2000 futures up 0.67% at 1487. Crude oil futures up a quarter point. Bitcoin futures are down slightly, 1.6%. Bitcoin actually hit 12,000 over the weekend and then had a liquidation event of about $1 billion. Fell to around 10,700. Now it's kind of hovering around 11,200 on the spot price. Future price is at 11,420. Again, I've been saying that support level is right around 10,000 for a while now. Gold futures, we tapped 2,000 overnight. Now we're down slightly red at 1984. Silver futures are up 0.68%. And VIX is down 9.36%. Dollar yen for my foreign forex people, 106.27 of 40 pips, and euro dollar is down 70 pips, 117.04, with the dollar index up 0.64%. Nice snapback on the US dollar, which is interesting to see with the stock market going up, and we'll go over why it is going up. So you can see here on the dollar index, bottom left hand corner of my screen, you can see that bounce above that 200-day moving average. You may see gold rob a little bit. You may see silver wob a little bit with this dollar bounce. Again, it is normal here to have a bounce, but I think that the dollar should sink a little bit more once we get that stimulus passed. So we'll see what we get. Eyes are still on GLD. All right, let's go ahead and go over some news. Bond yields. I'll go ahead and go over bond yields real quick. Bond yields are up 27 basis points, 56.63 on the 10-year. Got some news here. One piece of information that I want to go ahead and read. I talked about the ADT on Instagram nearly up double the price because Google will take a stake in the company. So let's take a look. There's one piece of information I wanted to read to you. Uh, August, well, happy new month, by the way. August has been the worst month of the year for the S&P 500 over the past 10 years. Worth noting, July has been one of the best months in the past 10 years for July in total, and gained 5.5% last month. So just a heads up, if you guys want to see it, I will show you it. You could see that August is literally the worst month on average the past couple of decades, past 10 years. And July is actually the best. Second best. February is the best. So again, we may get a slight pullback, maybe. Again, I'm still bullish in the market. Nothing has changed, and we'll see what we expect here. Let's see here on what's moving pre-market. I posted that as well. Pre-market screener. Let's see here what's up. ADT is up 61% pre-market. Marathon selling the fast track to 7-Eleven. They're up 7.63%. Virgin Galactic up 4.86%. What's down is Lowe's Corporation, not Lowe's, the store, the hardware store, Lowe's, I believe the hospital. I mean, the hotel, excuse me, 4.97%. Carnival down 3%. Clorox, after earnings, down 2.75%. Royal Caribbean is down as well. Keurig Dr. Pepper as well. Big movers, let's see here. Well, other than that, Microsoft is up 3% because of the deal for TikTok, the shotgun wedding TikTok deal. So let's go ahead and go over it. We talked about Apple with that market, with that stock split. I've told you I've been bullish on Apple for years and years now. I've been saying just own it, don't trade it, just unless you want to trade the options. Again, killer, breaking out. So watch for any kind of move. There is no resistance here. We already broke it. But again, keep an eye for maybe the 450s or 445s for some calls. Again, let's see if we get continuation. That's the key. Microsoft breaking out, but not there yet. So close. You need 212.51 to really get there, to really get that break. That's the level I'm going to look for. There's a gap to fill right at 213. I'm going to wait for 212.51 before I fill anything. GLD to the upside again. I'm seeing this ascending triangle. I like it. The 190s had a lot of volume, so I'm watching it personally. I personally have the 190 calls myself. So again, that was not a signal or anybody. I'm just owning those calls. I also have some Kodak puts, and they are bouncing pre-market. Again, this was not a signal at all. This is just a trade of mine. It is now at 22.60. So again, slight bounce pre-market on a convertible notes report. 1708 is the 100-day moving average. That's what I'm watching. But for the most part, Microsoft and Apple, I'll be watching pre-market. One other play I want to see is QQQ. QQQ is the NASDAQ 100 ETF. 269.79 is your level for a breakout. We're about a buck away from that, about almost $2 away from that. So keep an eye on that. E-mini futures, we may be hitting resistance here very soon. We're so close to that round 3290 level, 3300. Once we get to 3300, guys, we have a gap to fill right here at 3335. So keep an eye there. 3335 is your gap fill level. I would not be surprised that after we get that break to that level, I would actually go long there. So break 3300, 3335 would be your level. If you're playing SPY at home, you can take a look here. That would be around 332. That'd be pretty much where you want to go. So if you break above this high around 329, I'll probably go for 320, 332 calls on SPY for that gap fill. So again, just thoughts here. All right, good morning, good morning. Thoughts on Rocket Mortgage IPO, Disney puts. Rocket Mortgage IPO is fine. Again, Quicken Loans basically owns them. I'm not going to invest them personally, but I have no problem with that. Disney puts, pretty much range bound, nothing here to play. I mean, if you start breaking down below 113, maybe. I'm in SLV 24 calls for this week. Should I let it run? Let's see here. SLV, you are in the 24 calls. It's pretty much just kind of treading water here. You need to go ahead and break 23 today. If not, I will pull the ripcord and just close it. You may just get some sideways action. Good morning, Paul. TGT looks interesting. Answering some questions here. TGT does look interesting for a breakout. Again, I played it maybe a couple of times before, made some money on it. It does look interesting. Again, nice little breakout on the 1 hour. Let's keep an eye on it. You want to make sure that you have the volume before you trade it. Thoughts on space calls for today's earnings? I am not going to play earnings here, personally. The only trade I played earnings on was PayPal, and it worked out, thankfully. But I will not trade space earnings. I just own the stock. So I rather react to the stock than predict. Thoughts on ATVI? Asks Chris. I like ATVI long term. I own it in an ETF called ESPO, which is the electronic sports, which is the video game thing. And yeah, looks interesting for a breakout here. Again, I like it long term. I just don't own it the personal stock. Thoughts on Apple? Looks very strong. Momentum is there from last week. It is. Again, I will be watching it very closely. I am still bullish. Nothing has changed. Thoughts on pullback on PayPal or Apple? Looking to buy some stocks? Yes, you will get a pullback on Apple. It may just not be today. Again, we do need a pullback on Apple so people can reload. I get it, but I wouldn't be surprised if this thing got 445, 450 before the split. So, and PayPal is still breaking out. I mean, looks like 200 is in the way for PayPal. It's a great stock. I own it as well. Chegg, I don't know anything about Chegg, honestly. So again, going by the charts only, it is breaking out. It looks interesting. I don't know anything about the stock. I know they don't have options that are worth playing. Netflix. Netflix treading water. Nothing to do here. Again, I own the stock. I have not added. I have not done anything to it. Last time I added was post earnings report. Do you play QQQ long term like SpyG? Conrad asks. Yes, I have played TQQ, which is the triple leverage QQQ. I made about 70% on it. I sold it and I bought Amazon. So I just buy SpyG every week. How high can Microsoft value with this TikTok acquisition? 212.51 is your breakout level. You need 212.51 before you do anything. What's a good level to purchase stock? United Health. Oh, my favorite. United Health, I want to go ahead and take a look here. We're right at the 200 day. I have 288.43 for a buy level. 288.43. Do you prefer QQQ or TQQ? To trade QQQ, to own for less than a year, TQQQ, but again, it's a lot riskier. I'm in gold 190 calls for this week. Last week, should I hold? I'm holding on to them, so yeah. Thoughts on BA puts. BA is a funny one. It's a difficult one to trade. Again, I could see the breakdown. It's still going down. So again, I do like those puts. It's right at the 100-day on the daily. You need to break 157.40. 157.40, then I would think that you should be clear for a break to around 150. But until then, it's a difficult one. And I'm very gun shy on trading that name. Very gun shy. It's right below there now. Let's see if we open there. What's a good breakout level for BA? Let me go and cancel this there. It's already there. Breakout level for, what is it? What's a good breakout for BABA? 263.31. That's my level. Upwork. I don't know what Upwork is, so I mean, if you're gonna take a look at just calls, I mean, I have to look at the volume, and there's no volume obviously in the morning, and I don't see anything in this chart that makes me do anything until it gets to 16. But I'm not gonna trade it. Should we be buying Microsoft now? Well, the market's closed, and no. 212.51 is the level that you need to break. What expiry GLD 90s? Does it seem far out? Again, I need to see the volume at the open. I have GLD 190s for this week, personally. But other than that, that's it. Views on Peloton. Peloton is good with the stay-home economy, of course. I don't own it. I mean, I'm not interested in owning it at all. But again, if you have the Peloton and you love it and you like the story of the stock with the at-home working out, yeah, go for it, man, if that's what you want to get. I mean, it is pretty decent here. I mean, it's been soaring. Really up to you, but I'm not personally interested in buying that stock. Holding 225 calls for next week. Thoughts? That's very far out. For next week, that's very far out. That's too much in my opinion. You should be green today, so I'd probably take profits on this bull run. But 225 is ridiculously far out. I mean, 220 would be my ceiling, but 225 for next week is too much. Thoughts on IBB price target? IBB, there is no price target. I'm just holding that thing. Again, I think we break 146.75 anyways, and I think 150 should be in the driver's seat. But again, it's really based on this vaccine headlines. See what company does the vaccine. Thoughts on GDR? I have no idea what GDR is. GDR is GDR doesn't come up on my screen, so I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Dollar always goes up in the month of August? No. There's no historical precedent to say that it always goes up in August. It's just up today. Thoughts on Fastly? I have not traded it. I don't know anything about the company, but 102.95 is your breakout level. That's your recent highs. So that's it. I don't know much about Fastly. I'm sorry. Again, there's a lot of stocks I don't know about. Again, I just know about the ones that I trade and the ones I research all the time. I try not to go into tons of stocks that I'm not gonna waste. I'm not gonna, put all this energy into stocks I'm never gonna want to own in general, unless I'm going to research or something like that. Thoughts on pins, Pinterest. Again, I'm not a fan of the stock. Honestly, I'm not a fan of the company. I don't get it, but it's soared. It's at 35.08. I mean, sure, it's breaking out. I'm just not a fan of it, so I'm not gonna buy it. Square I do like, but I don't own it. And Square has been treading water. I believe they report this week, so I'd rather just wait. How will the ISM reports affect the market today? NFP. NFP means non-farm payroll, and ISM is not a big deal. I got Apple calls 4:30 sell at the open. If you have to ask, close it. So yeah. Thoughts on GDX? GDX, I do like long-term, bullish. Wouldn't sell Apple calls at open, just me. Thoughts on Etsy? Etsy is another stock I don't own. Not interested in at all. Again, kind of like Pinterest, kind of the carts and crafts thing, but again, all online. I think they're fine long term. I'm just not going to own it. Eros International Views. I have no idea what Eros is. No idea what that company is, but a sub $5 stock, I'm not wasting my time. That's a penny stock. But that's where we are. Triple M. Chemicals, I think you could do better with your money. There's nothing here in this chart. It's all dividend. So again, I would probably sell that stock if I were you. I wouldn't want to hold it unless you really want the dividend. But there's no reason to hold it. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. 9:15 a.m. Thank you so much for taking the time. Make sure to like and subscribe our videos. Turn on subscription. Turn on notifications so you won't miss a thing. And we'll catch you guys later. GARcapitalfx.com is the website. New month, ready to rock. We had a really great July, and let's continue the momentum to the upside. Let's have a profitable day. I don't have any positions open on the signal side, so ready to rock and roll. Let's have a good one. GARCapitalFX.com. I'm Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. We'll catch you guys tomorrow morning, 9 a.m.